All right, so I'm going to be teaching the 4 methods of selling. My name is Tiffany Largie, and I am thrilled to be here because I know one thing's for sure: selling is not easy. And I sold my way through all of my businesses, meaning like I made them happen because I got really great at sales, not because I got really great at processes or systems. And inside of one of our beta groups that we're running right now called How to Start a Business, someone asked a question on sales. And I taught a concept yesterday, and I thought it might help someone here. So there are 4 ways of selling. And the reason why we sometimes we have a great product, we have a great offer, but if no one knows us and no one hears us and they don't connect to us, then we don't really get to make the offer. And if we don't make the offer, then we don't make any money. If we don't make any money, then we're broke. And if we're broke, we're frustrated. And then we're like, why the hell am I in business anyways? So really quickly, I'm just going to talk about the 4 methods of selling simply for the sake of this. If you can choose one of the methods, hey Lorraine, how you doing? What's going on? So if you can choose one of the methods of selling, one of these methods, life will be a lot easier on your entrepreneur business journey. Where does this information come from? I could totally tell you my story. I built some 6-figure businesses, a 7-figure business. I've driven more than $40 million in revenue myself over my 15 years of being in business. Or an entrepreneur, I should say. So this comes from Tiffany Largie knocking on 45 doors every single day, getting people to buy my products and services. All right, here we go. So number 1, this is verbal one-to-one, 1-to-1. This is the first method, okay? The second is non-verbal, 1-to-1. Okay, the third method is verbal, 1-to-many. Okay, the 4th method is non-verbal, 1-to-many. Once you make a decision on not necessarily where your comfort level is, but what you are and are not willing to do, being in business becomes so much easier because you literally just sit on a path and you stay there. The reality is that most people are afraid of having sales conversations. They're afraid of talking to people. They're afraid of interacting, and then therefore they don't make any money. And they're like, oh, but I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm rebranding my website for the 50th time. I done got 8 new logos. I am ... I'm networking my butt off. But the truth is that all of that is useless unless you understand the different methods, and you're more importantly for your personality type, your skill set, and your willingness. Because at the end of the day, that's everything. If you don't apply it to one of these and understand what type of method you have in your business, you're going to find yourself frustrated. You're going to find yourself a little bit annoyed. And then more importantly, you're going to find yourself a little bit broke. And you're going to be like, yo, this thing ain't working. Okay. And it's not that it's not working. It's just that you don't have the right method of selling in your business. Now, verbal, nonverbal, 1-to-1. This is my favorite because this is where, let me get a different color marker so we can be all fancy. This is where we have a keyword that everyone likes to use. I'll use it. It's high ticket. Okay. In order to sell successfully and consistently in your business, high ticket, verbal 1-to-1 is the best method all day, every day to sell high ticket. Okay. Non-verbal 1-to-1 is not my favorite. Depending on the length of time that you can be in front of the 1-to-many, this is Tiffany. So this is my number 1 method that I love. My number 2 method is here. Okay. This is where you can also sell high ticket. Now, I know there are some people who are going to try and challenge me and say, oh, but Tiffany, you can sell high ticket anywhere. Yeah, if you're a really great closer and you are really great at using handling objections and all those things, yeah, for sure. But for the average people, for people who are they're just fighting for their business and their life and their families, that I'm not going to say they'll never get better at handling objections, but they are just selling from here. They're selling from their heart. So all that handling objection stuff just doesn't just doesn't fly as well. They don't do as well with it. I've been coaching a bit, and I've hired a lot of people in my lifetime, and I know for a fact it takes a certain type of person to sell in-person high tickets. Like, you almost got to know your lane. So inside of that, for me, this is my number 2 method, verbal one-to-many, because I do less work, right? Because it's a lot of, I have more people in front of me. I may not be able to sell as high of a ticket, but I can definitely still sell a higher ticket. Non-verbal one-to-many, which is what most people love to do because it's easy. It's non-invasive, and you can just post on social media all day long with a link, and it's like not pushing. It doesn't say anything specifically, and it's like, if you want my product or service, if you want my offer, please just come and take it. And it's like, okay, well, I've been on Facebook for 9 hours today and no one has bought anything. So this is not my favorite method. It does work if you know what you're doing and you have the strategy. Eventually, as your business grows, you want to incorporate many methods of selling. It took me years to get to having, I would say, I don't even think we use all 4 in our business today. I think we use about 3 out of 4, but this year, one of my personal goals, as we are still scaling and we are growing and growing our team and growing our vision, our goal is to sit inside of all 4 of them. So I am planning on doing a training. I'm going to do a training. I'm going to be doing a master planning session on the 7th. If you're interested in coming, please let me know and we'll put a link here. And I'll say this, if you're interested in a webinar that I am now going to do probably in the next few days on the 4 methods of selling, how to become a master salesperson, how to become a sales Jedi, how to ... It's going to cover these 4 things. Number 1, the 4 different methods of selling and knowing where is appropriate for each. That's 1. Second, it's going to cover how to master a sales conversation and get your prospect to say yes the first time. And 3, it's how do I know if I have the right offer for the right audience? And basically, what is the number 1 mistake people go to make when they're selling X product in X platform? Boom, that's it. So I just invited you to come to the webinar that does not, that will exist by the time you come in and say, I absolutely want to come. Love you. Bye.